Welcome to the Mind Spark, bringing you the latest news from around the world. It began with a whisper, then a shout, then a sudden deafening silence. The James Webb Space Telescope was peering into the cosmic dawn, its instruments aimed at a distant galaxy. Suddenly the data stream flickered, an anomaly. A single pixel flared, then the feed went dark. Hours later the feed returned, but the galaxy was gone. In its place, a long, impossibly thin object, dark and perfectly still. Its edges were too clean, its surface too uniform, it was not natural, and now it was moving, accelerating toward us. The silence of the stars had been broken by a messenger. The object was given a name, Oumuamua. Unlike its namesake, this was no cosmic curiosity, this was a declaration. As it moved, it defied the laws of celestial mechanics, making sharp, impossible turns, accelerating and stopping at will. It was as if the rules of physics were mere suggestions to it. We were watching a ghost in the machine of the solar system. It approached Jupiter, and instead of being pulled in, it pivoted by a perfect 90 degrees, a maneuver that should have been impossible. It was a display of power, a demonstration of technology so advanced it might as well be magic. The object wasn't just passing through, it was exploring, mapping, observing. After its Jupiter flyby, Oumuamua stopped, completely, positioning itself in a stable orbit just beyond Mars. From this vantage point it could observe everything, Earth, the Moon, our satellites, us. It became a new unblinking eye in our sky. We had spent decades sending signals into space asking, is anyone out there? Now something was here and its silence was the most chilling answer imaginable. We were no longer the observers, we were the observed. The object's appearance was as baffling as its movement, unnaturally black, absorbing all light, visible only as a silhouette. It reflected no light, emitted no heat, and had no discernible features, a perfect void. It could have hidden from us forever if it wanted to. The fact that it allowed itself to be seen by the Webb telescope felt deliberate. It was an announcement, a calling card left on our doorstep. The ghost in the machine had revealed itself, and now we had to figure out why. The scientific community shifted from curiosity to a deep primal dread. The rules had changed, we were being watched, and we didn't know what would happen next. The silence from Oumuamua did not last. 2 weeks after it settled into its watch post, it began to broadcast. It wasn't a language we could understand, it was mathematics. The signal came in short, rhythmic bursts, at first just noise. But one analyst at the SETI Institute noticed the bursts were prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. A perfect unbroken sequence broadcast with atomic precision. This was the undeniable proof of intelligent, non-human life. Prime numbers are a universal concept, a hallmark of intelligence. This was a cosmic handshake. We are here, and we are intelligent. The message carried a weight that felt heavier than a simple greeting. The signal grew more complex, weaving intricate patterns, a symphony of mathematics. Some believed it was a map, others a key to a larger message. We pointed every radio telescope at the object, desperate to decipher the alien music, but the patterns were too complex, the layers too deep. Then came the most unsettling part. The signal was a conversation. When we beamed our own sequence of primes at it, the object responded instantly, repeating our sequence, then continuing with the next prime. It was a test. It was gauging our intelligence, our responsiveness. The game was simple, but the implications were profound. We were in communication with an alien intelligence, and we had no idea what the rules were, or what would happen if we failed. The world watched, breathless. The universe had finally answered. As we struggled to understand Oumuamua, a new phenomenon rippled across the globe. Our eyes on the sky began to fail. Hubble went into safe mode, ground-based telescopes experienced interference, satellites behaved erratically. It was as if the sky itself was refusing to let us see. Scientific instruments recorded bizarre fluctuations, ghost signals with no natural source. Oumuamua was actively blinding us, controlling the flow of information. We were not in control. The object wasn't just a ship or a probe, it was a node in a system, projecting its influence with surgical precision. The term blind watchmakers began to circulate. We were fumbling in the dark, while a silent intelligence watched and nudged our tools. The most chilling theory, it was manipulating probability at a quantum level, coaxing our equipment to fail. Our most advanced science was like a child's toy to it, and we had just gotten its attention. While scientists grappled with the impossible, another story unfolded in the shadows. Anonymous leaks surfaced, classified reports, Grainy satellite photos, revealing governments had known about these phenomena for decades. UAP sightings, strange radar signatures, they were pieces of a much larger puzzle. Reports spiked around key moments in human history: the first atomic bomb, Sputnik, the Apollo landing. Every time humanity took a technological leap, something was there to watch us. The sightings were surveillance. Oumuamua, the leaks suggested, was not the beginning of contact, it was an escalation. For 70 years the observers had watched from the shadows, now they had sensed something undeniable. The arrival of Oumuamua triggered a secret protocol, not for communication but for containment. The official silence, the stories of malfunctions, it was all part of a plan. But the plan was based on the illusion of control. Oumuamua was showing us that we had none. The world's governments were as powerless as the rest of us. The existence of Oumuamua demanded new ideas. One theory gained traction: the veil hypothesis. What if the universe is structured to hide advanced civilizations from each other? A natural or artificial veil keeping emerging species from seeing the true extent of intelligent life. This would explain the Fermi paradox, the silence in a universe that should be teeming with life. The veil is not perfect. Occasional UAP sightings are brief tears, quickly patched. But what happens when a species becomes too advanced? When its technology poses a threat? The theory posits that there are triggers. When a civilization reaches a certain threshold, the veil is lifted. The rangers step out from behind the trees. The observation becomes overt. Oumuamua is not first contact, it is a final exam. Its arrival means humanity has crossed a critical threshold. Our rapid technological growth has set off an alarm. Our quarantine is over. Why now? The answer may lie in the very tool that discovered it, the James Webb Space Telescope. It is a technological marvel, capable of seeing the echoes of the Big Bang. We are no longer just looking at our neighbors, we are looking at the entire history of the universe. In doing so, we may have tripped a cosmic alarm. The JWST is not a small fire, it is a beacon, announcing our presence and capabilities. By launching such a tool, we signaled that we are on the verge of becoming a truly spacefaring species. The arrival of Oumuamua so soon after JWST became operational seems too perfect to be a coincidence. This idea is both flattering and terrifying. Our progress is being monitored. Our actions now have consequences beyond our planet. If we tripped an alarm, someone set it, for a reason. Was it to welcome us, to guide us, or to warn us? Like a child who has just learned to light a match, we have gained a new power. And now, an adult has walked into the room. We stand at a precipice, looking up at an object that has shattered our understanding of the universe. Oumuamua hangs in our sky, a silent judge and a constant reminder of our cosmic infancy. The questions it raises are profound. Are we living in a universe or a laboratory? Is human history our own or a controlled experiment? The chilling realization: we may not be the explorers, we are the natives being studied. Oumuamua's arrival suggests the experiment has reached a new phase. Perhaps the observers are ready to reveal themselves, or perhaps the experiment is over, and they have come to collect the results. The world is united by a single, shared mystery, and paralyzed by fear. The discovery of Oumuamua is not the end of our story, it is the end of the story we used to tell ourselves. A new chapter has begun, and we can only wait and watch the sky to find out what it says.